Hey all, good morning and welcome to ShareTreck. It is the 17th of March 2022, and as usual, our daily update video is going to consist of CRISPR news. I have some CRISPR news today, finally, after a long time. And then we are going to look at the technical analysis of NASDAQ and VIX. And after that, we're going to look at technical analysis of the Genomic share. So that's the plan for today. So let's get started. So the first news article I have for you comes from Mount Sinai Hospital. So they have developed a new technology called Perturb Map, allowing them to link specific genes to complex tumor characteristic at a scale and resolution not previously possible. And the results could lead to a new approach for targeting anti-cancer drugs. So that's the scoop from Mount Sinai Hospital. What they are saying is that because the tumor's environment has such a large effect on patient outcomes, there's a pressing need to find the genes used by cancers to control the local ecosystem around the cells. So far, this has not been possible to study in animal models because the animal models do not replicate the human models to a great extent. So the precision has not been there, and many types of cancers could not be mapped. So this is a welcome development. So that's the first news article that I have for you today. The next article comes from phys.org. It's about the headline reads, New Cas9 model maps DNA cutting behavior for the first time. So basically, a research team led by Martin Debkin of Texas University's Delft Department of Bionanoscience has now demonstrated a new physical model that greatly improves on existing models. Not only does the model predict where the DNA is likely to cut, but also what the probability is that it will happen. So what they have done is they have taken some methods from physics research and applied it to Cas9, so that instead of a binary of whether cleavage will happen or not, they can predict for which locales what is the probability of the cleavage successfully happening. So this helps us a lot with handling the issues around off-base edits and wrong edits. So that's one step further. Their plans going forward is to extend this method and look at various other specialized Cas9 proteins so that they can come up with a similar probability rating for all of them. So this is a welcome development, and this is going to enhance the ability of CRISPR-Cas9 treatment. So that kind of covers my roundup of CRISPR-related news article. Now coming to the macroeconomics. So basically, we are still in the same situation where the Ukraine-Russia conflict is driving the oil price, which is in turn driving the inflation. And one of the hurdles we have crossed is that the Fed has gone ahead with the 25 basis point interest rate hike. So that is good. The markets are all happy and comfortable now. The China relaxation on US listed companies and also assistance to real estate sector, which was very battered in China, is also providing another amount of positive stimulus to the market. So overall, it is looking good. Now, what needs to happen is for the Russia-Ukraine conflict to de-escalate. So there is going to be a meeting between President Biden and the EU leaders probably early next week. So that's another key point that's happening. And right now, we have news reports where it said that Putin is saying that all those Russians who do not support the war are kind of traitors, and that the other Russians will weed them out. So things are looking a bit ugly within Russia. And when we look at Ukraine itself, it's been bombed like crazy. That's a really bad situation. However far it might be from Wall Street, we can't afford to take our eyes off that. So I still remain cautiously optimistic that our upward trajectory will continue smoothly for a while. But anything can happen, so just be careful about that. That would be my advice. So having said that, let's look at the NASDAQ and the VIX and then proceed further. So today I'm going to start off with futures. The futures are looking negative right now. It's NASDAQ is down 0.49, minus 0.49%. It's around 8:50 in the morning. So usually the slight bit of negativity in NASDAQ is not persistent at market open. So I'm hoping that it's going to change. But if you look at the overall situation, as I mentioned earlier, the Russia-Ukraine crisis is still in the center stage, and oil prices are up today. If we go into the indicator section, you can see US oil is up 5.84%. That's $5.59. And as I mentioned in my earlier videos, as oil price goes up, it percolates into the inflation. And that in turn puts a lot of pressure on the Fed to increase the interest rate. So the Fed stance becomes more hawkish, which in turn pushes the volatility up and the NASDAQ down. So that's the overall trend at this point of time. And the factor we have to keep in mind is that yesterday the market was got a very handsome gain. And at this point of time, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to take off profits today in order to compensate for the losses that they have endured and the opportunity cost of being logged into a negative share. So that pressure is also going to be there today. So we have to keep that at the back of our mind. And with that, I would like to go and look at the VIX. So the volatility index today is reading 27.11 at this point of time. And it is just at the resistance of 27.20, which is this horizontal red line that you see here on the chart. So we'll have to see whether we are going to be able to break through that today. If we do, then the NASDAQ is likely to go down. If we do not, then we have this diagonal red line here, which we have plotted from our earlier sessions. That's going to be a support. And the next support for VIX is going to be at 24.28. And the MACD is at this point of time bearish, and it's moving away from the signal line, and that's a very good sign for us. And the momentum is below average. So everything is pointing in the right direction for NASDAQ to be strong today, but we have to remember the profit-taking people are likely to push it down. Let's go and have a look at where NASDAQ is right now. And if you look at this long-term chart where each of these candles is a one-day candle, you can see that we have been able to overcome three resistance levels yesterday. Those at 13,031, 13,185, and 13,329.77. So these are all going to be our support. And we have also gathered the support of the 9-day exponential moving average as well as the 20-day exponential moving average. And the best thing out here for us, if you look at the chart, is that the 20-day exponential moving average is overlapping the horizontal support, which is at 13,329.77. And these two are our immediate supports. So I'm fairly optimistic today that we are likely to go beyond the diagonal red resistance that we have here, which forms the bearish channel, which has been with us since the 4th of January 2022. So I'm proposing that today we are going to cross over that, and that red line of resistance is going to become a support. So that's what I'm looking for from the markets today. So right now it's 8:53, so I'm going to stop my recordings and I'm going to get started again at 9:30 when the market opens. So at that time, we will take a look at our Genomic shares. So today our stocks are looking excellent. Everything is looking green, and this is a happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone. Green out here, so enjoy. So here we have Bluebird. Bluebird is up 6.6%, and it was most beaten up, so it's had the fastest bounce possible. The 9-day exponential moving average is supporting it. MACD is bullish, and momentum is picking up and moving towards average. It's looking good for the short term. And our next resistance is going to be the 20-day exponential moving average, which is right now sitting at 5.25. Our price right now is 4.99. IMTX is up 3.97%. And the candle here looks healthy, and it's being constrained by the 9-day exponential moving average, which I think we should be able to break today. Our MACD has turned bullish, and momentum is just about coming into civilization and into the normal ranges. So there is a slight bit of hope for IMTX to end up positive today. Editas is up 3.9%, that is around 63 cents. And our support of 15.37 stays intact. And we have additionally garnered the support of the 9-day and the 20-day exponential moving average. And our next resistance is at 18.20. MACD is bullish and momentum is just tending to be above average. So it all looks good for Editas today. Verve is up 3.44%. And MACD is bearish, but it's slowly moving towards the signal line and momentum is picking up. So that's a good sign. but it needs to continue for Verve to stay positive today. Caribou Biosciences is up 2.94%. MACD is bullish. Momentum is below average, but picking up. And the 9-day exponential moving average is now our support. That's a very good step for today. Our next resistance is the 20-day exponential moving average, which is now sitting at 9.47. Teladoc is up 3.4%. That is around $2.07. Our support of 54.58 is still intact. We have additional support from the 9-day exponential moving average, which is a good thing for today. And our 20-day exponential moving average is a constraint for us immediately. MACD is moving towards the signal line, and momentum is below average but picking up sharply. So I'm optimistic that it's going to push Teladoc up and enable the MACD to cross over the signal line. Allogene is up 1.79%. That's around 15 cents. The 9-day exponential moving average is supporting it, and 20 days exponential moving average is kind of constraining it right now. MACD is bullish. Momentum is below average but picking up. I'll take that. So Allogene should end positive today or flat. ARCG is up 2.42%. Our next resistance is 44.39, which is this horizontal red line. And our immediate resistance happens to be the 20-day exponential moving average, which sits at 43.93, and it is this orange line that we see here. Our support is from the 9-day exponential moving average, which is the yellow line that we see here, which is at 42.37 right now. MACD has just crossed the signal line and become bullish, and momentum is picking up and tending towards average. The moment it goes above average, I'll be happy about it. But ARCG is looking good for the day right now. Intelia is up 1.95%. That's $1.28. And the 9-day exponential moving average has become our support right now. MACD is tending towards the bullish side with momentum picking up, and it's still below average. So it's a bit iffy out here, but I'm hoping for the best given the overall market situation. After the Fed announced the 25 basis point interest rate hike, the market has been positive. And that seems to be the sentiment today also right now. So as long as that sentiment lasts, I think we have an opportunity for becoming bullish here. And if you notice, our earlier bear channel had a green line, which was our support. Now that support is going to become a resistance for us. So I'm going to mark this as green. That's going to be the next resistance for us that we need to overcome for Intelia. Overall, I'm positive about Intelia. CRISPR is up 1.31%. That is around 86 cents. And we are right now struggling to cross resistance of 66.36. And I'm feeling confident that we'll cross that today because MACD is absolutely bullish and moving away from the signal line. Momentum is above average, and there is plenty of space for RSI to become overbought. So CRISPR is looking exceptionally good today. Pfizer is up 1.76%. And our diagonal support line from the previous bullish channel is now our resistance, and we need to cross this, and we need to cross it at 54.12 today. Somewhere between 54.1 and 54.3 is where we need to cross that line. And if we do that, then that will become a support, and we'll be back into the bullish channel that we were in before for Pfizer. And I'm confident for that because our MACD is absolutely bullish, and we still have a high momentum, and RSI still is not overbought. So I'm feeling that today we'll go and touch the resistance out there, and that's my prediction for today for Pfizer. Beam is up 1.12%, and we are just going to face the resistance from the 20-day exponential moving average as well as the 9-day exponential moving average. And we have this diagonal resistance line, red line, which has been a resistance for us in the bearish channel on the way down. So there is multiple challenges ahead for Beam. MACD is still not bullish. Momentum is picking up and tending towards average. So I'm a bit reserved on Beam, but given the overall market sentiment, if it continues to stay positive, we may see more gains for Beam. Otherwise, I'll be happy if Beam ends positive or flat today. Regeneron is up 0.99%, and you can see the very strong, steep raise for Regeneron. MACD is absolutely bullish, and momentum is also going up. So Regeneron is onto something, and it's going to get more gains today and tomorrow, possibly. So it's very positive out there. Novartis is up 1.06%, and we have converted the 50-day exponential moving average, which is the green line, into a support. The 50-day EMA is right now at 85.47, whereas the share price is at 85.56. So we are marginally above that. And the 100-day exponential average, which sits at 85.66, which is this white line, is our next resistance, followed by 86.13, which is the horizontal resistance after that. Our MACD has just turned bullish. Momentum has gone above average. I'm liking this, and I think Novartis is going to notch up more gains today and potentially convert the 100-day exponential moving average into a support. And the next thing that we want to see is a 9-day exponential moving average going on top of all the other exponential moving averages. So that will put Novartis into a firm bullish path. PSEB is up 1.66%. Again, a very beaten up share, and our resistance at 10.43. 10.37 has now been converted into a support. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that as a support. And I hope that PSEB is able to retain this support at the end of the day. Right now, we are just turned bullish and we are still below average in our momentum. I want to see that at average or above in order for us to retain these gains. Vertex is at a 0.81% gain, that is around $2 above, and we have converted our resistance of 248.18 into a support today. That's a very good news for us. MACD is bullish. Momentum is also very high, and not yet RSI is not yet overbought. So I feel that Vertex is going to gain a little more. And also what I see here is a cup and handle pattern potential. So this could be the cup, and you could have some sideways movement and then a spurt upwards. So I'm looking forward to that. And going on to Illumina, we are up 0.33%. That's $1.09. And we still have support at 322.88. And our next resistance is 330.25, which is this red horizontal line. MACD is bullish. Momentum is average. We need to make it above average to sustain these gains and go past 330.25. Right now, we are at 327.77. So I think for Illumina, it's going to be difficult to break the resistance today, but we may get closer to it. So that brings me to the end of this session today. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you, wherever you are. Maybe you can go ahead and have a green bear or wear something green. And our thumbnail today is green for St. Patrick's Day. Thanks for watching this video. If you're here for a while watching our videos, please subscribe. It's absolutely free. Help us grow this channel. And if you're new here and here for the first time, join us and become a subscriber here. It's absolutely free. We are aiming to get 500 subscribers so that we can have our community tab, and that can help us to have a lot of interactions among yourself as well as with me, and that will take engagement in this channel to the next level. So that's what I would request. Thanks and have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now.